I'm going to try to, as closely as possible, make this scenario as I would handle this scenario in the street. I do not know what the scenario is going to be, and it will show the randomness of our job. You can go from low to high in an instant, or you can just first call out of the door. It could be a high stress call. So I'm at the mercy of the National Guard right now, and we'll see how this goes.
You are the passenger officer on patrol, and you are attempting a traffic violation enforcement stop.
Counting from 105. 105, we're going to be trying to make a traffic stop. We're in the 1200 block of Cameron Street. Looks like the passenger, okay, they're shooting at us, Can you start units this way?
What are we going to do? Terminate or continue? What are we going to do?
We're going to continue on this call, just for you guys' purposes. We're going to continue. Okay, it looks like it's about a black Honda, a dark color Honda. It's still heading southbound. Looks like there's 2 occupants in the car. They just threw the gun, probably 1300 block. It's going to be on the west side of the street. We're still behind. Where's everyone at? Get in the car! Get in the car! Harrisburg police! Looks like they're fleeing up into the woods. Watch the wood line. Looking inside.
Clear!
It looks like it's all clear. We're going to go check the wood line.
Come up, I'll cover you.
You behind the screen, come out! You behind the screen, come out!
I give up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Step towards me!
I give
Step
up.
towards me!
Oh, please, I'm sorry.
Step towards
Please,
me!
don't shoot.
Harrisburg,
I surrender.
105, we have 1 shot fired. Right now we have the Megid's FATS machine on loan from the NCTC, which is the Northeast Counter Drug Training Center. It's out of the gap. What they do is they have a unit that comes around. It's a mobile unit that local law enforcement can request. And once they request it, they can bring it to them and utilize it at no cost. There's different scenarios that can be ran through. So there are traffic stops, there's just regular contacts, or just police scenarios that you can go through. Drop your weapon! At times, the armed individual will comply, maybe put the weapon down, and at other times they don't. But either way, as law enforcement officers, we have to make a decision on what we're going to do and how we do it at that time. We have a lot of information to process and put out while still trying to make split-second decisions. It's not, okay, time out, this is what we have this, this, okay, time back in, and then start moving. We have to make split-second decisions, multiple split-second decisions at one time.
The subject is stopped. I am stopping. What are you doing? Get your hands up! Get your hands up!
You did good. One of the things as officers, and people question this sometimes, is when people start to get out the car, we tell them, get back in the car. And so when you see, you're saying, get back in the car, and people are getting out of the car, and you wonder, well, they're just getting out of the car. This is why, because you do not know what's going to happen.
There's a whole process that we normally go through our training. So when you start going into a traffic stop, you're giving all this information out to not only the dispatchers, but all the surrounding officers. As you work your way through the scenario, you're giving information to all the other officers.
It's very eye-opening. I think those trainings are very, very useful.
Drop your weapons!
Because, like Lieutenant Milo stated, those are split-second decisions. So it helps officers kind of work through those decisions at times, which are tough decisions to make.
You have received an emergency call regarding an officer needing help.
It was nerve-wracking, both of them, which is interesting because the second time I knew exactly what was going to happen, and it still was nerve-wracking.
We've got a barricaded EVP. Watch inside with them on the first floor. We want you to go around, secure the back, make sure it doesn't jump out the window, and just heads up because there might be arms. All right.
I definitely got a better sense of how many decisions are being made at the same time. Put your weapon down.
Gun, gun, gun!
A lot of times people like to say, well, you're trained to do this or you're trained to do that. You are trained in just the concept. You're not trained in every situation. With this type of machine and with this type of technology, as you talk to it, it allows us to see what we would do and see how this thing would react to us and take a step back, talk about what just happened, and maybe run through the same scenario over. We debrief, talk about what we did, how it impacted our decision making, why we decided on what we decided to do, how it goes in line with our general orders, how it falls in line with just police procedure.